Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me in this video. Welcome back, and if you are new here, welcome. My name is Quinn. I also go by QP, and on my channel I make fashion, beauty, and lifestyle videos. So in this video, I want to talk with you guys about the spring 2021 fashion trends. Now I'm a little bit conflicted about the season's trends because the 90s are back. Particularly the 90s and early 2000s style. Now before I move on, I want to point out that fashion is subjective and reflects individual style and how each person interprets a certain trend, which is what I love about fashion. I love that it is a creative way for someone to express themselves, and there is no right or wrong when it comes to fashion, and everyone expresses their style in a certain way, and that's what makes it so unique. So I wanted to say that because I don't want anyone to watch this video and think that I'm trying to say, hey, this is right and this is wrong. That's not what I'm trying to get at all. But this is just a really fun video to talk about the trends I've noticed and trends that I think will be very popular coming up this season and probably in the next couple seasons as well. Alright, so back to spring 2021 trends. I want to first talk about colors for this season. We are going to be seeing a lot of really bold colors and prints because quite frankly, I think people are just kind of ready to move on from the year that we've spent indoors. With spring and summer, it's almost kind of like a new age, a new beginning, and people just really want to be happy and free. So bold colors are coming back in, and I feel like that's why the 90s is kind of the style that we're seeing, because the 90s were so bold, were so colorful, and people just didn't really care in the 90s, and I love that. We're gonna see really bright colors like tangerine, orange, bubblegum pink, and then as far as prints go, we're gonna see a lot of very bold florals, and I feel like florals is one of those prints that really never go out of style. Every single spring and summer we see some type of interpretation of floral. This year I don't think that there's going to be a right or wrong with floral. I don't think there's going to be a floral print that is way too bright or way too out there, because people don't care. People want to express themselves this year, and they want to be bold, and they want to just have cheerful, happy colors again. And I think a lot of that also happens because in the fall and winter, we saw a lot of neutrals. We were seeing a lot of black and whites, beige, tans. Although I love that style, I think it's a very timeless, classic style. Now that it's spring, things are warming up, people aren't wearing as much clothes, they're going to want to express themselves a little bit more. They want more cheerful colors rather than just kind of this, you know, very neutral palette. So although bright colors are very in the season, another trend that is very popular also happens to be black and white together. So we're gonna see a lot of black and white prints, a lot of black and white outfits. So just the contrast of a black and white outfit is going to be really, really popular, and we're seeing that a lot, especially on the runways, and we're gonna see that a lot on the streets as well. And then another color that we're seeing a lot of is khaki. So khaki is, again, something that was very popular back in the 90s, early 2000s, and we're definitely seeing that again now. I'm loving the new khaki styles though, because the pants are a little bit, you know, nicer than they were back in the day. We're not seeing as much low-waisted pants, although I think that eventually we will be, but right now we're still kind of seeing a lot more high-waisted pants, but this time just in khaki, and I really like that. I think khaki is gonna be huge this season, and I'm actually all for it. All right, the next topic I want to talk about is silhouettes. So as I mentioned in my fall 2020 fashion trends video, we are seeing a lot of really loose clothing that's on trend right now, and that's still the case with this season. So we're seeing a lot of oversized jackets, oversized blazers, oversized button-up shirts, and then also wide-legged pants. So I'm sure you guys have heard that skinny jeans are out, as said by Gen Z, because millennials are apparently old now. So skinny jeans are out. In its place, people are opting for wide-legged pants or straight-leg pants, and those are going to be something that's a lot more on trend now than skinny jeans. I don't think skinny jeans or like leggings are really gonna go out of style, at least this season or the next, but we're definitely going to be seeing more options with regards to wider-legged pants. And I feel like this is another nod towards the 90s and early 2000s, because that was definitely very popular back then. Fortunately, this time around we are seeing a lot of high-waisted pants, which is very, very nice because it's so much more flattering than the super low-waisted pants that we were seeing back in the 90s and early 2000s. The next oversized item or like loose baggy item I want to talk about are oversized boyfriend blazers. Now again, this was very popular back in the fall. However, I feel like the boyfriend blazers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're talking about double XL boyfriend blazers, and I'm not a huge fan of like super oversized blazers on me because I am only 5'0". I think if you are taller, this might work really well for you, but for me, I can only go oversized so much without looking like a little kid. So yeah, if you can rock that style, good on you. I just personally can't, so I'm going to have to find a good size boyfriend blazer that is still going to be loose fitting but also complements my body. And I feel like that should be the case with everyone who's looking for clothing, because with every trend, there's always a piece that's going to fit your body nicely, and you can still pull off that trend. You just have to make sure that everything is to your proportion. And then along with boyfriend wear, I feel like we're just stealing a lot of clothes from our boyfriends. We are also seeing a lot of oversized button-ups. We're seeing them tucked in, just women really utilizing the button-up to incorporate into their outfits. And I've seen some of these done really well, and I can totally understand why this is on trend and why this is so popular this season. I think it's a really cute look, you know, that is, I don't know, masculine but also feminine at the same time if you can style it right. All right, the next topic I want to talk about are materials or fabrics. The first one being sweaters. So we are actually going to be seeing the comeback of the sweater sets. So I don't know if you guys remember back in the early 2000s, we had the sweater sets where you have like an inside kind of like tank top shirt that's a sweater, and then you have a cardigan over it. Well, we're seeing that again this season, except a different interpretation of it. I'm seeing a lot of like cropped inside tank top sweaters with looser cardigan sweaters over. So still kind of like that vibes of the early 2000s, kind of Clueless, but just interpreted a little bit different, a little bit looser, less fitted this time, which I'm actually all for except for the crop part, because personally for me at 32, I'm not a huge fan of anything cropped that shows my midriff. However, if you are in your teenage years or you're in your 20s, I think this is a really cute look, especially because you have such a large oversized cardigan to go over it. So you're still showing a little bit of skin, you have that crop look, but you're also covered up enough where it doesn't look as revealing. And in addition to these sweater sets, we're also still seeing a lot of sweater vests that are on trend. I know I talked a little bit about this in my fall 2020 fashion trends video. That style is still going to be popular in the springtime, especially as the weather is transitioning from cooler to warmer weather. So I think the sweater vests are really practical for that transitional period between winter, spring, and then summer. The next material I want to talk about is leather. Again, this is something from the fall trend. Leather pants were really popular back in the fall and also in the winter. We're still seeing leather pants really popular in the spring. And then also, as I mentioned, in the fall, leather coats, especially colorful leather coats or leather jackets, were starting to become really popular back in the fall. I feel like that's again going to be really popular in the spring because people are going to be a lot more bold with their color choices than in the fall and winter. I feel like fall and winter were like the two seasons for more neutral colors. In the springtime, people are going to start to want to grab those colorful pieces, and so I think that's when we're really going to see the colorful leather jackets really come in play. And I don't know, I'm very curious to see how this trend works out because I think it's a little bit too bold for me, but honestly, if I can see how people are interpreting this style and this trend and they can do it right, I probably will jump on board because I like color, and it's probably one of those pieces that I probably won't spend or invest too much money in, but I would probably get like one or two pieces just to have fun with it. And then lastly, I want to talk about shoes because I think there are a couple shoe trends that we're going to start seeing again that we saw in the 90s and early 2000s that we're definitely going to be seeing again soon. The first style I want to talk about are thick strapped shoes. So back in the early 2000s, I remember having sandals with really thick straps on it, almost kind of like grandpa sandals that is done a little bit more feminine. I think we're gonna see that again in the next few seasons, especially for spring and summer. I don't hate it. I feel like they are a little bit more chunky than what we've seen in the past few seasons, but I'm all for it. I think it's really cute, especially if we're, you know, having 90s, early 2000 vibes. And then the next shoe style that I noticed are clogs. Clogs are coming back, and I don't know, I think this is one of those styles that I was happy to see go away back when I was like a teenager, or like, you know, yeah, back when I was a teenager, but it's coming back and I'm very curious to see how it's interpreted this time around. So I'm very curious to see how that is interpreted into the new trends coming up. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think of the trends for spring. Are you guys into it? Are you guys kind of hesitant like I am? I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I would love to know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Please give this video a like if you guys enjoyed it. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to click on that subscribe button right there and hit that bell notification so you can see more videos like this. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!